Good day, good day. Well, I want to get done as quick as possible because I need to go get food.
Alrighty. What's up? The norm.
How was New Year's?
Good money. I think that sums it up quite well, right? Good money? Good money.
That's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Good money is good. Mouse says give him 5 minutes. And we already won our first node war in this game.
What?
Yep.
You guys won Siege yesterday?
Node war, not siege.
Node War, sorry.
We'll go for siege next. We are qualified for doing siege this week now.
You are or are not?
R.
What do you have to qualify for Siege? A tier 4?
Have to have one of the nodes for it. If you don't, then you don't get to do siege. Kinda terrible for some people, but we can do it now.
I have just been enlightened to the ways of fishing.
It's not bad money for a new player.
Well, I haven't gotten close to broke yet, so I don't know what is good or what isn't good money.
It isn't bad.
You did mention something about focusing on cooking, though, right?
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Good money.
Any ideas of what recipes to start off with?
Grilled bird meat.
Grilled bird meat. Does that mean I have to go get a matchlock?
Nope.
Nope. You set
okay.
up your nodes and then it does it all for you.
Huh.
And there should be lots of bird meat on the market if you want to buy a little bit.
I'm gonna have to play a little bit more with the nodes then. That one I'm still a little bit unfamiliar with.
Yup.
At the moment, I think the most I've done was work on a few workshops and purchase a whole bunch of storage houses.
Pretty normal.
That's about all I've done so far.
Yep, pretty normal for people to grab some storages at the start.
Yep. Got a spider. Anybody want one?
Oh.
Oh man, I got a whole lot of red dots on my screen.
Go!
What the?
For
Blah, blah, blah,
fuck's
blah, blah.
sakes!
What happened?
Damn it. This fucking...
Gave me a freaking heart attack. You okay, Feather?
Yeah, I am.
You still alive?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you hurt in any way?
Should I show you on the doll where she touched me? Ah, fucking. I'm doing the dream machine. It's the hammer thing, and
Yeah.
I had lawn out, so the parasol, so that was screwing up my jumps, my double jumps.
The hammer? What hammer?
Was it Lynn or Lon? Who's the girl with the parasol?
Yeah, it's Lon. Oh! The parkour course. Right? That's the only one I can think of with hammers.
It's the one that you have to jump up and down and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what you call it, the parkour course?
Yeah, there were platforms, a couple of pendulum hammers swinging back and forth to knock you off.
That's one.
That's a fun one.
And normally I just go with Lynn, so that I can get the floaty thing in the air, but that wasn't available as an option. Whoa! And now my keyboard's glitched.
Unglitch it.
Yeah, I did.
Good.
Sucks when it glitches, but it's the thing that happens.
Only time my keyboard glitches is when I spill tea on the wiring. I mean, what?
Tea on the wiring, huh?
Hey, Mel. Yeah. Turns out that the cord for my keyboard was not waterproof. It's durable, but not waterproof. So I accidentally spilled some of my green tea on it, and then everything just went to shit. My computer started pressing everything all on its own. So now I've wrapped it all. I wrapped up my entire keyboard cable in electrical wire. That way I did not have an accident like that again.
Like, how did you have bad wiring in the first place?
No, it's not bad wiring. It's not waterproof. It's a durable cable wrap, but it wasn't waterproof.
Oh, it wasn't plastic, you mean? It was like cloth?
It was a fiber. A synthetic fiber of some sort.
Gotcha.
Really nice, not going to bend or break or anything of that sort. Just no water. Otherwise, it'll literally go haywire. Alrighty. What's first on the agenda?
Let me hop on first.
That's a good
I'm
idea.
updating everything on my PC right now. You know,
Yep.
first war as a siege guild, not bad. One without even attacking. I say this is going to be a good siege guild.
Like, nobody else even placed?
Oh no, they were doing a 1v1, but the moment the enemy guild saw us invade their 1v1, they instantly, both of them surrendered. We didn't even get a chance to fight them. They surrendered really quickly.
But why?
Because even in a 1v2, they realized they'll lose. Both of them.
Oh, because your new alliance is that strong?
Yes.
Neslom family and who?
Muted.
Muted. That family name goes back a long time, doesn't it?
The strength of the guild is at the level of a entry-level siege guild. And that's without optimizing anything. That's just with the group running in as it is. With like no organization whatsoever.
Which was better than your last one that went all to shit? With all the officers missing?
Nah, that was the guild boss. That was annoying though. But guild bosses tend to be like that. Not many people care for the PvE side.
Wasn't that something about that one guild going off doing something on their own? We are going to stand our ground here, do this around us, and you guys are running all over the desert?
Yeah, lots of guilds fucking griefed us in the desert.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
And that is why I said, fuck it. We do this. I don't have to worry as much about doing the diplomatic shit, because my answer now is, oh, you don't like it? I don't fucking care. You die now. So much easier than having to deal with the diplomats.
That is
'Cause I was-
exactly why I chose to follow you over to Black Desert.
Because, like, before this, I basically had to talk to them, schedule shit, sort things out, pre-scout and everything, and then it's like, you know, the guild is not doing bad. It was small, right? Because it's still like 25 people, so it's still small.
Yes.
But it was able to hold against 40, 50, 60 players, and it was doing good in that department. So even though there's only like 20, we were holding against, what, 60 players at one point, 40 players at another point, fucking 80 players at one point, 120 at another point. So it's like, okay, we outnumbered the shit, but we're still holding, so it's not bad at all.
Looks like we got mini show on the horizon.
The issue we have was, despite such a strong showing, most guilds don't like to ally with newer guilds, because it's like, well, they're new, right? So you don't know how that guild is going to perform in the future. Is it going to be stable? Is it going to be dead? Like, what's going to happen to it? Like, no one really wants to invest in an alliance with the newer guild.
That's
Which,
true.
ironically, makes the new guilds perform difficult, and therefore
Quit.
it's
Yeah, quit.
demotivating for them, and therefore it's like this self-reinforcing prophecy, right?
Yep. So I basically told all those T1 players, okay, whatever. Fuck you guys in T1s. Fuck you guys in T2s. Fuck you guys in T3s. Fuck you guys in T4. We're going right to T5 and Siege. Fuck
What
the rest of
the-
y'all. And here we are.
Damn.
And then, what was it? They messaged me and they're like, so it's been like a month since your guys' guild. Are you guys still looking for an ally? I'm like, yeah, and it ain't with you guys. And I send them the rank board, and it's like, you see that number 11? Yeah, that's us. You missed your chance.
They certainly
And they're
did.
like, wait, what? And I was like, I thought I told you my guild was experienced. You missed your chance already. I did have to cut out a lot of the useless people in my guild, so that's why my guild went really, really small.
Oh, you got people?
Hey, you can't tell me you're useful in war.
It's true. Plus, I'm not making any use of any of the guild activities, so I'll let you know when I am ready.
Yep.
But still, jogging me over to BDO just to throw a boot in my face. How rude.
Hey, I gotta go right into war, and ain't no way any new player can hang on with that in that case, because
sure.
Guild is no longer doing it for a community-based thing. It is now like a push hard for winning wars.
Gotcha.
So I
Are
know
you
a lot
wanting
of.
to do tier 1 wars, Ara?
What about that?
Are you wanting to do tier 1
I'm
newbie wars?
I'm eventually planning to join you guys for as high as I can go for capped wars. So, as far as I know, it's going to be going up to at least tier 4.
Did you get booted from Netslum though?
Oh yeah.
No.
Would Sanctify be a good home for him?
I think that's what Lazy's throwing me.
He's already in Sanctify.
No, I'm not.
Oh. Well, Dice already approved of him, so he's
Yeah.
gonna be in Sanctify. Sanctified's holding 3 members from NetSlum right now. I know some of them were thinking of going with RIP, but after the merger with RIP, I was like, nah, you guys trash and useless. Forget you all.
Ouch.
I literally told the RIP people, look, a merger is like 2 guilds get together and then combine forces and basically become a single guild. I have never seen one of your fucking members, aside from like 3 people in Discord calls. Aside from 2 of them that talks in the Discord chat, I don't see any other ones. I don't see them really talk in-game guild chat, and I don't really care, to be honest, because I need to see activity. They don't do anything guild missions related unless I forcefully tell them to, even though they ask for officers to pop their own guild missions. And then I was like, none of them are willing to step up to do anything with the guild bosses, such as the DPS cannons or anything. My boys are still running the same shit they have to, even though we added 2 new officers. The 2 officers are not taking extra responsibilities. I was like, oh hell no. Maybe if you guys brought people for war. I checked. Out of RIP. Out of like their 45 something members that we merged in, I only see 3 of them at war. So I was like,
Okay.
oh hell no.
Hey, I'm sort of on a schedule because
yeah,
I need to eat.
That's true.
Yeah,
So-
no, I'm logging in right now.
Lazy, you did your
Not
thing.
good.
You got us carried away with your talking.
Luckily, this week is pretty quick.
No Origins of War. We don't have to worry about Frontier Clash. Just basic stuff, I think.
Yeah, it's just the basic stuff, and even the basic stuff is pretty easy this week too. Raid is
Rudolph.
what, Rudolph?
It's
Yeah.
Rudolph.
Sweet.
I think joint operations, they might have some weird ones added in since the last patch.
Oh,
because I have
Nan-Yin. Yeah, Nan-Yin.
Yeah. Other than that, there's not that much difficulty for this one.
Today we
Nice
got the
quick
fog.
leads. Oh, even better. I don't know what they did to balance mode, but I hit a lot harder in balance mode now.
Huh. I definitely didn't see any patch notes for that. Not that I was paying any attention.
I definitely feel it, because my Volt team used to not do any damage in there. I had to do like a weird rainbow team with Fenrir. But now it's like I use my Volt team and I blow up like half the mobs instantly, and I'm like, huh, I wonder what happened. Something changed. But yeah, after all that change, I was like, you know what? We took in 45 of you guys from RIP. You guys ain't willing to become part of the community. You guys can fuck back to RIP. They dead.
Yes.
Alright, I'm finally on. Let me grab that. Let me grab my Mia buff. Please give me a Volt up game.
Alright, are you already in a team?
Yeah, I had a raid pody set up because I have a spider right in front of me.
Thank you, Feather, for adding me. Nice and quick.
I will go ahead and disband this team.
I'm just grabbing my login rewards. Oh, I haven't been on. I
Join
was
Lazy.
missing. Yeah, join on me.
Joining.
Alright.
Man, on Thursday, I at 1:30 p.m. So I was at lunch. On Thursday, I got the email from my company saying, "Do you want to leave?"
Oh no.
So
Damn, that direct, huh?
well, it's a voluntary departure package, and it's a significant package. So
Are you
4
thinking
weeks per
about
year
it?
of service.
Are you gonna leave or are you gonna stay?
I think I'm gonna stay.
Nothing wrong with that. Enter anyway.
I just don't want to look for another
Oh.
job.
It's
Yeah.
Frost Week.
Oh,
Melt
perfect.
Melt carry.
I'm not in
Actually,
join
I
up mode, but
I actually
I-
have a Frost. Hold on, I can probably switch to Frost as well.
I am in frost mode. Yes.
I am not. I'll switch to Frost mode once I load in.
Oh darn it. There we go. Okay, just gonna swap weapons real fast. Whoops, I want to put Elon over here. Saki over here. Wait for me!
They dead already.
I still see one alive! Nope, never mind.
I punched it.
There we go. This is a little bit of an awkward footing.
I know, right? So up there. Punch! Punch! You stupid thing! I'll be over here if you need me.
And there we go. Nope. No squishing.
What's your life laziest shield?
Oh, that's normal.
What's normal?
My HP being very low.
Yeah. That's normal.
I have a big shield, so I don't really care if my HP drops. My shield is like, what, 50-60% of my life?
Speaking of shields, that thing's done.
I am punching. I am punching!
And a cheeky little execute.
Easy. Yeah, it was like a struggle to get even fucking 20 people to sign up for war. This alliance, within 30 seconds of me posting that announcement, we're full for war.
Nice.
Oh hell yeah, this is what I need.
Okay, join ops out of the way. What's next?
Frontier Clash.
Frontier Clash. In that case, I'm just gonna go Volt.
Nice and quick.
How many people did you end up having to kick?
45.
How many people did you start with?
70.
Yeah.
And then I gave a couple of the survivors a choice. You could stay with us to do siege, because you have the gear and the capabilities, or you can go join your friends back in RIP. And they were like thinking about it, and I was like, you have till the end of the day. If not, I'm literally kicking you. So.
Yeah, when I logged in, I was like, something feels like it's missing.
Now you know how I felt when I got kicked from Abyss.
Yes, I do. That's funny, there's something missing from your main feather. Someone here isn't like the others.
And I'll be clear, as soon as I got kicked, that was the end of my dailies. That's when my dailies became weeklies. Because I used to be doing them, and then I had a conference to go to, and it's just...
Yes. The main motivation is gone. What's a little bit more?
collab characters are coming.
Please. Put them up for as long as possible, please. I am nowhere near ready for them.
Now Void Rift. And then we're pretty much done. Unless you guys want to do like one round of Origin of War and call it that. Oh, and Raid.
Raid, and maybe a boss. But we got plenty of time for Origin of War. We can afford to skip on this.
Knock out that Raid.
Okay, so if it's Raid...
Boonga boonga damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly swap over to my Frost build.
I have to send you something in a screenshot if I can find it. Lazy. Funniest fucking thing. So my guild trying to do Node War practice because they know they won't be around for the actual T1 on Friday. So they want to do it an hour early. So they've announced it 5 days in advance, and at the end of the day, we only got 7 people to show up for this practice. And
7 days in advance?
Like 5 days notice and 7 days, 7 people max.
Jesus.
And then, but yesterday and I don't know what time it randomly was.
What have we got?
They announced, oh hey, the Super Bowl is today, so let's do guild bosses yesterday. Or so the Super Bowl is tomorrow, so let's do guild bosses today. So within like 90 minutes notice of that, they had 15 people. And because they didn't notify me in Discord, or they didn't send out a general notification in Discord, I missed it.
Rip.
So I'm like, hey, I feel like a sucker for doing all these GMs this week. You guys could have said something.
They didn't even announce it?
They announced a poll, and I was like the 5th person to reply, and I didn't think there were that many replies. They didn't announce the results, they just went and did it. Like, I was on my computer the whole time. All they had to do was announce it.
That be a bit unfortunate.
Yep.
I'm just happy this new alliance is like 10 times better than the fucking merger shenanigans we were doing. Thank God.
Does this allow you to merc?
We can merc. Well, I can't, but everyone else in my guild can.
Okay, so it's an easier administration burden on you, but you still can't merc.
Easier administration admin-wise. It also guarantees I have people for war. And along with that, it is a lot stronger of a group and a lot more active of a group too. The chat actually has not shut up since we fucking formed the alliance.
I can't see enemies or your players.
That's probably for the best, Mel. You're very quiet.
I do have a hard time hearing Mel.
I don't know what. Hello?
I can hear you better.
Hi.
Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe it's my headphones or something. But yeah, I can't see anybody. I can't see
What?
enemies
We
or
don't matter that
allies.
much to you? That's how much we
I
matter
don't-
to you?
I don't see enemies either, bro. Okay, let's see if I can even. I can't even press the all keys collect. What the fuck?
Are you sure you didn't DC?
Well, we're in Discord right now, right?
Yeah, but
That's
the game
true.
could be DC.
Well, it's not like there's a way to tell. Nope, yeah, I think I DC'd.
Oh,
Well, you got your clear before you DC'd.
Yeah, I saw that.
oh, thank goodness.
And the great news, you know what the best news of this is, Mel? I beat you in damage.
Oh man. Alright. We got raid and that's about it, right?
We did raid, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we did raid.
Oh, okay. Oh, then we're done.
We're done?
Unless you guys want to do something else.
I want to go grab food.
Squash the spider?
Squash a spider? We can squish a spider.
Okay. Pass
Peace,
leadership
guys, take
over to
care.
me. Alright. Later, Feather.
Hey,
Wait,
and
wait.
Lazy, I'll talk to you from time to time, but good luck in your siege, man.
Easy. We'll probably win our first siege, I have faith.
So,
Copium. That's good.
does that mean we need to find a new time for TUF then?
I'll probably move it to Friday again.
So that kills me from war.
That kills you from war. We can move it to Thursday. I know fucking Sanctify doesn't war on Thursday, so.
Sanctified doesn't do anything, man. Alright, anyways. Peace, guys. Take care. I'll talk to you later.
See you, Feather.
Laters. To be fair, Sanctify still does more than fucking Rip, so. That Guild Alliance is tragic life.
It was pretty funny hearing about all the shenanigans, though.
We didn't do bad, considering it was literally just 20 to 25 of us literally carrying the entire fucking guild.
And hearing your suffering was so... I mean, what?
But regardless of the 20-25 guilds, or 20-25 members that was literally doing all the work, it was pretty fun. Like, I won't say it's not fun, it was pretty fun.
Finally, somebody else is stealing aggro from me on this spider. I've been running Nokia for several weeks now. Nobody can ever steal the aggro from me.
What are you doing against this boss anyway?
I'm just doing frost rotation.
Ah. It's not too bad for me to fight, now that I have hold left click to do AoE damage, instead of trying to dodge attack on it. Looking forward to our first siege win.
And execute.
You know, the scary part here is a lot of the people in this guild are strong enough to basically be considered in the top end siege guilds.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, if this guild actually sorts itself out, they might take third or second place strongest guild.
I mean, you did steal a few people from Cho,
I did indeed.
including yourself.
I stole from Cho, I stole from, what else was it? Corrupt, which is the third strongest guild. I stole from Digi, which is the second strongest guild. I stole from Barcode, which was the fourth strongest guild. It's a mishmash. This is how war should be.
Did you change channels?
No, I'm TPing to do some of my dailies.
Gotcha.
Daily bounties.
Oh shoot, I haven't done my dailies yet.
Yeah, I haven't done my dailies in, what, a day or two? Since I was missing.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing them now.
I need to join you for that. What are my dailies?
Luckily, my
Just-
dailies are pretty easy. I wish there were the collect dailies, but kill dailies are fine too.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 of mine were collects.
Yeah, I love it when it's like collects. It's just like, ooh, done.
Huh, we gotta go to the same spot. Kind of. Ah, sound glitch.
Haha. I still can't believe. First, well, because we just formed the alliance today, it was literally like 2 hours before war and already won the war.
So what happened about that? Like you didn't even have to. They just surrendered as soon as you popped onto the scene.
Yep. They were organizing a 1v1. Normally, if another guild butts in, the two guilds will do a 2v1 to kill them off and then they'll continue their 1v1. But because of our guild, the moment they saw it was us, they literally just surrendered right there. They didn't even bother trying to fight 1v2 or anything. They just surrendered outright. They were like, yeah, that's a 1v2 and we'll probably still lose, so surrenders.
You are an evil person, Lazy.
I don't know what you want from me. They had the option to fight a 1v2.
I want you to set the world on fire. That's what.
See, if they fought a 2v1, they have a solid chance of winning. Simply because this is literally, the guild was literally formed in the last, like, what? 2 hours? Or the alliance was formed in the last 2 hours? So they have a solid chance of winning just because the alliance hasn't solidified yet. Once the alliance solidifies, it's over.
It's over.
Because once the alliance solidifies, they can't, they can no longer fight against it, right? Because there will be less openings and gaps in the alliance movements. But for the time being, it's still new, and things are still being worked on. Like, they're still trying to figure stuff out. So they have a chance right now, but since they gave up, you know, that's a dumb thing. They gave up too fast.
Pardon me, I'm gonna put you on mute for a second. We got... I got the theme song playing in Sea to Siren.
Don't you sleep
always feel like gotchas have like
Like when you
Steam
come
that,
back, you
like,
get it.
yeah, you
Yeah.
get it, and you just log off because like you don't really care about it. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like Genshin is. I feel like Genshin.
I can't play it. It feels so slow.
Well, that yeah, like TOF kind of spoiled that feeling of the fastness that Genshin doesn't have. But also, like it feels like they're just not putting 100% of their resources. Well, it's understandable they're not putting under 100%, but it doesn't feel like they're putting as much resources as even the before Izanami.
Yeah, it just felt so fucking slow when I was doing it. I was like, damn. That was literally like my first thought when I did it. I was like, damn, this feels slow.
Yeah, it just feels like it's either it's constant story and events at this point, and they're just now focused on Star Rails.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Despite having all those, cause like, you know, Genshin has supposed to have like decent combat, at least from what I remembered, and I was just like, damn, this shit just feels too slow for me. I legitimately cannot play this. Cause you can't jump animation cancel anything. I'm spoiled. You have to watch the entire fucking animation. I was like, oh hell no.
And
Oh hell
you
no.
can use all characters. Like, what's the point of rolling if what like you only could use one with other people? Or it's understandable to use all four in story mode, but yeah, it doesn't feel good. Like,
Yeah, no, Genshin did not feel good. I did tested my teams, they still killed everything, and then I was just like, god damn, it feels like shit to play on this thing. I'm gone.
well, as you remember, I got a new computer, so I haven't even downloaded Genshin at all. Since
You just when you log in, you're blasted with like 10 different event menus, returner player menus, and new shit menus, and welcome back menus, and everything, and you're just like, it's a lot of stuff. I don't want to see all this right now.
that's a lot of gotchas in general, honestly. But like,
Yeah, but it's like it's so much where it's basically overwhelming, and I was like, oh god. And then it's like all the new content I was looking at, I was like, oh, that's a lot. It's kind of cool that we can explore. And I started moving, I'm like, oh yeah, Genshin character moves at the speed of a fucking... Oh! Yeah, no.
You need like Gene, and then you literally have to create a team just for movement speed.
Yeah, I was like, oh hell no. I'm going back on TOF, goodbye. Logs off. But my friend was rather annoyed because he was pulling for that character. I don't it's the Dendro Archon. I don't remember her name. I literally just call her Radish. Yeah, I called her Radish.
Honestly, if I were to go back, yeah, that's the one character I'll probably pull. Like I think I like all the Archons, or at least like they just like synergize so well with each other.
They have the Hydro and the Dendro Archon out now, so...
I don't really care. I mean, yeah, that's cool, but I don't really care.
I just pulled on that Dendro Archon because I was like, well, she's a support and she's apparently busted, and I have 10 rows here, so here we go. Ding! Well, I'm done. Bye! Never coming back on again. And then friend was just super pissed because he apparently he was trying to get her Constellation 2, I think, and he lost a pity on her the first time. So he had to do like however many pulls to get that second pity. And I was like, damn, your life is in shambles.
And it's more expensive to roll in Genshin than it is here in TOF.
Yeah, like the amount you need to roll, I looked at it again, I was like, I forgot how expensive this shit was. Cause in Genshin, you get a C0 and you're done, you're happy. Here, you get like a C6 and that's like standard for your element. It's like, you're not C6, that means you've been spending your fundings everywhere.
I mean, Genshin their power, they control their power really well compared to TOF. So
that is true. You don't need to switch.
Like literally, like you said, you just went back and you can still kill things. So it's not like it's bad that you have to spend more, but it lasts way longer compared to TOF. But you just get bored. Like,
Tartaglia main forever.
just doing the
He's so
same,
good, apparently.
doing the same verses and doing the same support teams. You just get bored.
hmm
They do have a lot more team variety. I will say that.
Well, that's because they've added a bunch of more characters.
No,
Than,
more characters, yeah. But the issue here is, you gotta raise them all up and then all sorts of team synergy. It's really specific. Like, a lot more characters become viable, but they need really specific comps to be viable. So I was like, that's kind of annoying.
yeah.
Oh well. Regardless, I did my 10 pulls on Genshin. Got my account that little Dendro Archon, the radish, as I like to call her, because that's what she reminds me of when I see her. I'm like, you're a fucking radish. Tested her skill, was like, okay, that's kind of cool, and then logged off. Yep, logged off. Because I tried walking, and I was like, I am not walking that far. That is too far for me. No walking. Yeah, the radish.
Aha.
That is indeed the radish right there.
She's even the same size of a radish.
Her skill looks like a radish. It looks like she throws a radish at them. Like she pulls up like a little square thing and then she throws a radish.
I'm still Clee main at heart. I'll pair her up with Clee, but that's about it.
Clee is dead, sir. Clee is dead.
Yeah, I know.
Clee is dead.
She's a DPS, so she probably got replaced eventually.
No, because some of the other DPSs are still alive. It's just Clee got replaced because the Dendro shit, if you use it with Pyro, it blows up and it kills you too.
That sounds even more fun.
It does.
I know. Except Clee is so squishy, she ends up killing herself, and that's why Clee is dead right now.
Well, that's why I pair her with Zhongli. Shields the infinite shield with the explosives.
Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do over there with their weird ass new teams, but their new teams all involved around like Dendro. Oh, Electro and Dendro is like all over the place.
That's not. Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that it's definitely also like stopping me from re-downloading Genshin. It's just that it's a Dendro meta. It's been a Dendro meta since Dendro has been introduced.
Yeah, it's Dendro meta and obviously still Hydro meta, so that has not changed. Dendro and Hydro is now like the best two. At least the only good thing is they release more of the Wind and more Hydro characters, so you're not gated by fucking Water Boy and Sucrose, because that's the only like 2 4-stars you could actually get.
Basically.
So at least they added more of those rare ass elements. Ice is dead.
Lies! I don't have Sucrose!
Well, your life is unfortunate.
You're a freaking liar!
They added Sucrose in there.
Lady,
They added like 6...
You were literally on the same boat when we were playing Genshin.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You couldn't get Sucrose for shit.
Hey, I have Sucrose.
No, you couldn't get Sucrose until like way later. Like
Yeah, way later.
It wasn't until like right before Izanumi that you finally got a Sucrose.
But to be fair, I had Jean really early.
Yeah.
So I was carried on that side.
Actually, if I recall specifically, it was when Albedo was introduced. That's when you finally got a Sucrose, because that was like she was a 50-50 for 4-star.
Yup.
I pulled for Albedo. I couldn't get
him?
Sucrose at all.
Oh, yeah, you're unlucky as hell. You're doomed.
I think I remembered like I was desperately wanting Mona, like just because she was like waifu and she was
really good, yeah.
And that water DPS meta, but by the time I finally got her, like she became kind of out of.
Don't worry, they have new teams for Hydro meta and all that shit now. I think the main teams that fell off is the Geo teams. That team is dead, essentially.
Oh.
I know, right? What other team died? Cairo team, the Frost teams, they're dead, essentially. And then the physical damage teams are dead also as well. So those are the 3 teams that died. The teams that survived is like the national team because that shit's broken. The Hotel Hypercare became even more broken.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Of course it did.
Klee is dead because Diluc is now better than ever with the new characters to boost him up, but it doesn't work on Catalyst, so Klee is now like subpar under Diluc again. It is very Hydro and Dendro meta though. Like there's a lot of, like if you look at every team, it either has Dendro involved, Hydro involved, or both of them involved. Kazuha is still alive. He's still like must pick for like 90%. Tartaglia is actually still alive. He's still everywhere too. He's a really flexible unit allegedly, because I see him in like every team too.
Well, that's kind of his character as well.
I mean, it's nice to see like some of the old characters getting uses again. Kaching, Kakwing, whatever her face is.
Kuching?
Yeah.
I still can't
She-
pronounce that.
She's now amongst the meta again because of Electro with Dendro. A lot of the Electro units are actually meta again because of it.
Xiao?
So
Xiao?
Xiao is meta, yeah, because they have wind, what is it? Fucking mono wind and then fucking
Yes.
2 wind, 2 pyro and stuff like that. There's also Xiao double wind, double earth. So they have their own little thing too. But that's like one of the weird ones. And then people start giving names to a lot of the stuff that's already been done. And I was like, what the hell are you saying? They're like, this is called Sunfire. I was like, that's called you put a Bennett circle on top of a Gene circle. And then they're like, yes, it does a lot of damage. I'm like, here, I'll teach you a treat here. If you have a Diona at C6, you can toss in a Frost circle on top of it and everything will die. There's your Sunfire whatever bullshit times extra elemental mastery.
That's true.
And then if you have Albedo or Sucrose, you can press Q or E and then everything in there will actually be dead.
Yes.
And
Oh,
they're
the
like,
passive
"Wait."
damage. I love it.
Yeah, it's so much passive damage it kills it because it has so much elemental mastery. You can just stand on the Albedo's flower and all that elemental mastery will kill everything. So I was like, there. That easy. You don't need to do anything else.
That is my preferred way of playing.
Yeah, people on that game be doing all sorts of weird stuff because I was checking around for a bit and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm gone. You guys hurt my head doing weird stuff. Not worth my sandy. Not worth my rose, not worth my
yeah.
sanity.
My sanity over in Genshin was spent doing the boss solos. I can't do that anymore. I lost too much sanity.
I don't mind the boss solo. I was more along the lines of it's expensive on that game, and I need to save on TOF anyway.
Let me re-clarify. The boss solos with taking no hits and using the level 1 weapon kind of boss solo.
Ah,
The
the fun
masochist kind.
ones.
The masochist
The
kind of
fun
boss.
ones. The fun ones.
Ah! And Azdaha! That stupid pet lizard of more. That stupid pet lizard cost me the most amount of sanity when I was still playing it. Especially when he goes into phase 2 turret mode. Depending on what element he's running during the week, it is either completely impossible for me to make a perfect clear on that, or... oh god. I'm just running the hell out of all over the place like a headless chicken.
I will say there's one thing. After getting my guild into Siege, and then the members saw me basically purged out 45, 50 members from the guild, everyone that's still in the guild is suddenly grinding and working like 3 times harder than normal. They're like, oh shit, Lazy is not kidding when he says he does not care, he will kick us. Quick work! So we don't get kicked. I was like, yup. There we go. Now we're working. Now I'm seeing progress in this guild.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know, right? It's about time they start moving their asses. I was about to kick all of you at this point. Yeah, they realized I was not kidding when I said I'm going to purge this guild of all the incompetent players and all the low-level players and all the undergeared players.
I am expecting you to take me back when I ask you for it, though.
When you get enough, friend, you gotta hold your own against the siege players now, because these players we're fighting are basically Cho.
Great.
That is our target.
So, T5 gear then.
T5, but then after T5 is Siege. Siege is its own category.
Great.
How you should look at it is T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, entry level Siege, middle tier Siege, end game Siege.
What are
With
the
what
AP
I-
scores for bottom level siege?
Depends on your build, if you're evasion or DR. Or glass cannon, whichever one. You're looking at anywhere between 301 AP for like evasion builds to like 335 AP for glass cannon builds. At that point, the gear doesn't matter as much as the build itself.
Still, that gives me a good reference to go on.
Because basically after at T4 and below, you just try to meet the gear cap, right?
Yes.
And then as long as you have the stats, you're good. T5 and higher, especially in those harder fights, your build matters more, because even if you hit the gear caps for all the other shit in T4, if your build doesn't have like a solidified build, it's gonna be too weak to hold up in actual combat.
Yeah, that's going to be the next point of my interest, after I get all my basics done. Figuring out where to get all the items I need to make my builds.
You grind silver and you buy it from market.
Buy it from the market.
Yep. Because if you grind for them yourself, unless you're really good at grinding those areas and min-max it well, more often than not, you waste more time than just simply grinding silver and buying it from market.
Oh, that's
Waste more
swag.
time and silver. Yeah, waste more time and silver. So you're better off just buying it directly from market at that point.
Great.
How BDO players measure their progression in the game is literally how much silver they get because of
How
it.
many billions is silver?
And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people despise me on BDO, because I can exist and I just make billions of silver. Hey, very recently I just AFK'd in town and I made 80 billion.
What the hell are you AFKing on?
My life skiller.
Yeah. Which life skill? Alchemy?
Alchemy, cooking, farming, processing. I did like 4 things at once. Oh, and I had workshops going at the same time too, crafting more stuff out.
Great.
But that's also because I have an endless amount of supplies.
Yeah.
If you look at the amount of materials I have, it's 200 billion in raw.
I was thinking about that because if you're AFKing on a life skill processing, I was like, okay, that means he has to have a gazillion amount of materials if he wants to AFK for this amount of time.
Yeah, I have 200 billion silver, and when you process something like that, it goes from like 5k on the tier 1 product, but if you get it to like tier 3 product, for example, it's suddenly like what, 2.2 mil. So you can imagine how much my money jumps out of that 200 billion silver of raw materials.
So do you sell this to the NPC traders or the actual market?
Actual market.
Yeah.
I sell them in small amounts to not crash the market, or I buy out the market so no one else can make them, and then I sell them in large amounts at max price. It's like, no one else is selling. You gotta buy mine if you want it. I also target items specifically needed for early game life skillers, mid game life skillers, and end game grinders and PvP players. It's like they need to have it.
That's just swell.
I did told you, right? I have a monopoly on the alchemy items.
Yep. Well, you told me you had a monopoly on the market, not which item specifically.
Specifically, it's mainly alchemy that my market monopoly is in.
Yep.
You can ask Smell. He has heard a lot about my alchemist monopoly. There's a whole Discord related to it too.
Seeing you're selling. What the fuck you on about? You always share you're selling for things because people are selling it thinking it's useless and stuff.
Yeah, people sell things that they think is useless or has very low value or nothing. I buy it up and I use it and make it big, large amounts of money for it. And that's only because I'm so used to the different materials in the game. It's like, you sell me this thing, I look at it, I'm like, okay, let me refine it, process it, and then sell it back to you, and suddenly the money is like almost 4 times the amount or 5 times the amount.
Well played.
I can quote you the prices even better when I hop in right here and check the market. Let me see here. This thing that people like to sell me every once in a blue moon is only worth 5 mil each. I buy 10 of them. That's 50 mil, right? 50 mil?
Mm-hmm.
I do some crafting with them and I sell them back on market for 250 mil. And it's like,
times.
wait, why did the money jump up so high? Likewise, even like the basic stuff materials like the ores and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we look at platinum ore, it's 42k silver on market. I buy those, I convert them to pure platinum ingots and stuff like that. That's 2.7 million each. It literally went from 50k silver to 2.7 mil each.
Do you even spend any time on gathering anymore?
I do like to gather, because that's one of the best ways to just generate more income.
Gathering or crafting?
Both.
Yeah. What do you usually aim for the gathering?
For myself, the most profitable thing to gather is actually saps, because you can trade in saps for a lot of alchemy stuff. But for myself, I don't really gather saps that often, because my worker empire is so big and strong
Great.
that all my workers bring me my saps, so I never have to gather any. I usually gather meat, which is actually one of the worst things to gather in terms of profit. But I need the meat to continue my mass cooking.
Yes,
So
the cooking.
even though it's not the most cost efficient, the fact here is I need it for my mass cooking. So it's not a, at this point, is it the most cost efficient? It is a, I need it.
Mm-hmm. And what are the meals that are usually cooking?
You want to cook Belnos meals. That's the most basic bitch meal that you can make that sells for a lot of money. And then you can also use it to sell to an NPC to get about 250 mil every day. So you get 250 mil static every day. That's unaffected by tax. That's unaffected by player interaction. It's just a static 250 mil. And then any extras you can sell on market for a good chunk of money. That's usually the start of cooking, to prep your way so that you're self-sustaining and you can cook Belnos meals on your own. After Belnos meals, people tend to branch onto different meals to make more profit off of them, but that just depends on the player. I do Belnos meals, I do Gukbap meals, I do stir-fried bracken and Delosia juices, and King of Jungle hamburgers. I cook a lot of component meals like teff bread, pickled vegetables, and all that stuff, like the small shit that no one ever bothers cooking.
I barely even recognize 10% of those words.
So a lot of it's like different meals I just sell on market because they just have such a high amount of need. Grilled bird meat would be the one that you want to prioritize the most, because that feeds your workers so your workers can keep going.
Aha.
After all that shenanigans, that's just the cooking side, and I rotate my life skills so I never truly burn out my materials. So I might make Belnos meals one day, and then stir-fry bracken the next day, and then grilled bird meat the third day, and then I might make components for different meals the fourth day. And while I do this, let's say I'm tired of cooking because I'm running out of cooking materials, right? Maybe a shortage of meat or milk or whatever the fuck. And then if it's like a shortage of cheese or flour or dough, I process those. And then I can process ores and ingots, and then I can process timber and plywood. And there's I can process jewelry. So again, more money income. And then if I use up those, I can make elixirs, I can make drafts, I can make perfumes. And that's obviously alchemy side. And then I can make crystals and light stones and everything, even more high-end alchemy stuff that people don't even dare touch. If it gives you an idea, some of the players in our guild right now are still struggling to get some of those rare crystals, and I can craft like 6-7 of them at a time and just sell them on market.
Aren't those kind of like those accessories for your weapons that you need for those builds?
Crystals are really important. They're like, some of the high-end crystals cost 6 billion silver each, and if you die, it breaks.
Ouch.
Yeah, I think one of the members literally died today and lost a 6 bill crystal. So,
That's a big ouch.
don't worry, I sell them too. I also do a lot of other stuff besides crafting though. I do the daily life skill stuff, so I get free materials here and there that most people kind of ignore because it's too tedious. I do horse training stuff so I can upgrade my next horse to a T10. I already got the T10 Doom. I'm working on the Pegasus next. The mythical horse.
Ah, yeah.
One you can't buy, so I have to do this. I also work on dailies that give me enhancement materials. Even though I don't really enhance, I stock up on it, and the event I do, I'm ready. It's why whenever new gear comes out, I'm usually one of the first players to have it done, because I already stocked up materials for it. What other weird ass dailies do I do? I do a lot of weird dailies. I have like a little routine where I kind of have like a little checklist. It takes me about 15-20 minutes to do that checklist, but it guarantees I make a bare minimum of at least 1 bill a day just for existing for that 15 minutes.
Oh boy. That is
So that's my
amazing.
checklist. Yeah, that's my checklist. It's like 15 minutes-ish, but it'll guarantee I make at least 1 bill every day.
That is so much information.
I do a lot of things in BDO. The scary part here is, while this is all going, my workshops are still going, so I'm still producing items. And then my farms are also going, so I'm also growing stuff in the process too.
Yep, that's all. All of those automatic workshops and whatnot. That one I'm still not completely familiar on how to make that stuff work.
It is a lot of going back and forth to even figure out what those things are and what to do with them, because even veteran players don't touch those too often. If it says anything for you, only half of Cho understands that. And then the other half of Cho that does understand it, only maybe 10% of them actually does it.
Yipes.
It's like, it's a lot of high-end life skilling stuff.
Plus, I also have to, as a new player, I still have to build up the contribution points.
Ah, you get that from spamming cooking.
And
That's why I say cooking is one of the first things you should do.
and cooking, huh?
And cooking.
I know that the byproducts can get you some materials for those contribution
Yep.
points, but yeah. So
That's
is it the
it.
byproducts? Yeah.
Yep. You spam cook low-level dishes because the lower level the dish, the higher your mastery for cooking it. So you get a lot of byproducts for it. And then with a lot of byproducts, that just translates to now you get a lot of you know, easy clears on your CP. Like you just get so much CP from it. My CP is obnoxiously high even in the siege scene. My energy is not as high because I don't like to do quests or knowledge hunt or anything like that, so my energy isn't as high. But my CP is ridiculously high compared to everyone else. Your endgame siege players, assuming they even life skill, usually sits around like 400 to 430. I'm sitting at around 450, and that's all of. There's a big jump at certain brackets. After 435, it slows down a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Like, you don't see that thing move on the bar anymore. But obviously for me, it still moves just fine. I know the ways of mass producing. Obviously, it makes a lot of people very upset when I mass produce like that. Because the market is not stable whenever that happens. That is like my best way to describe it. The market is not stable whatsoever. when new items come out, I know of it instantly before the rest of the population because I am on test server. I have a test server account. I mean, so does everyone in Siege essentially, but your average player doesn't know it. So at 2 in the morning, every Thursday, you'll see me look at the test server patch notes and I can already figure out what's going to happen. And then I just buy items in preparation. I don't even wait for the translators because I can read a little Korean. Wow. So it's like the moment I see, I'm like, oh, I know what this is. I'm buying these now. I make quite a lot of people upset with the market.
Enough to set the world on fire?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
The thing here is I'm primarily a life skiller. The two ways people in BDO make silver is by grinding or by life skilling. People preferably do grinding because it's simpler, it's easier, and it tends to be faster. Life skilling only works if you have really good in-depth knowledge of the game, and you know what you're looking for, and you have the materials to do it.
Slow
and
startup.
even then, assuming you even have all that investment and everything, for high-end silver gain, grinding is still faster than life skilling. It's just that life skilling lets you do other stuff, so you're not grinding the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I could be making food in real life, and I could be life skilling in-game.
Yes.
Or I could be watching an anime in real life, and I could be life skilling in-game. Or I could be, studying for those registry exams that I need to take next month, or the end of this month, and I could just be life skilling in-game. So even though I'm not actively doing anything, I just make more money, just passively generating it. And it irritates the living hell out of people. Because the thing on grinding high-end, your chance of dying is very high. You mess up, you're dead.
Ooh, that's not good.
And you already know when you die, you can lose those crystals, right? So it can set you back.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best grinding spots right now generally nets around 2 to 3 bill an hour. That's like its general.
And, God.
And if you die, you lose a crystal that's worth 6 bill. You just set yourself back 2 hours. Maybe 3 hours, depending on how fast you grind. See what I mean?
That much grinding. Constantly on a keyboard. Yeah.
The thing here too is, it's not like these players are doing it under geared or anything. They literally just got caught out because their attention slipped for just a moment. Because death on this game is very fast. You just go bloop and you're dead. And you're like, what the fuck just killed me? So.
Yeah, I prefer to keep my grinding sessions at an hour max.
Yeah, but you can see how Ulf over there, he grinded 6 hours today already. He's adding another 3.
Oh, heck no. I would definitely rather invest in the life skilling than that.
The thing here is he's also a life skiller. He's pushing. He's pushing. Everyone in the guild is pushing now that I did that drastic moves.
Yeah, nah. I'd rather work on my PvP skills rather than that.
Yeah, well, there's 3 things, right? Gear,
Yep.
skill, knowledge. And right now, they lack the knowledge, the skill, and the gear. But the gear is the easiest one for them to get. So that's why they're pushing so hard on the gear side. Obviously, for me, the only thing I need to work on is literally just more gear. My skill is already solid, and then my knowledge is absurd. I have gotten to the point where nothing surprises me in game, so. I hear them do, oh, they did a Megu pre-engage initiation. I'm like, oh yeah, you can counter that with a single shy. Their Drac players are ripping our entire backline. I was like, oh, that's easy to counter too. Have our casters cast Bolide towards ourselves, so when they dive in, they instantly get blown up. So I'm like that little person that they're letting handle all the tactical stuff.
Yep. Key strategic officer.
Yep. I don't handle the politics anymore, which is great. I hate the politics. It was honestly really ass. I don't handle recruitment anymore. That was ass too. I don't handle mergers. We shouldn't need it. I don't handle pre-scouting. I do pre-scout on my own regardless, but I don't have to do it. I will always do pre-scouting though, because I always want to see the region that we're warring on. So I always pre-scout ahead of time. But yeah. You see how it's like a lot of things, it's like, you don't need to do that. I'm like, I need to see the region we're warring on, in case I need to make new plans.
I am debating whether or not to put a Kunoichi on my list of characters to make, just so I can get that double jump ability.
Ah, you don't really need to use it that often.
I end up climbing up in some mountainous regions over down in the south. Ah, it was so ass having to climb up all over those walls.
Nah, see, that means you haven't explored properly. There's lovely, what is it? Pathways to everything for the quest lines and stuff.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to take those pathways. Nah, that was a long way around. Going through the walls was the shortcut. And if
so
it's
they
that
say.
much of a pain to go travel along the walls, then there's got to be some exploitable points I can make use of. That's what I want to find out.
Always.
Always. That's exactly what I want to make a Kunoichi for.
Lots of tactics and ways to move around.
That's why I need to... That's why I'm considering making a character with extra mobility.
I will say, with the guild at a size small, it is super easy for me to do guild missions now too, to make sure the guild has all of its missions done. Size small guilds, I can actually solo all 10 missions myself. Even size medium guilds. The extra large though, the extra large were ass. Ah, we winning wars. We won a T5 today too. Ah, that's easy. The higher tier the node war, the more rewards you get. Nothing like easy wins to make me happy. I still think that the guilds that we crashed would have had a decent fighting chance if they just decided to take the 1v2.
Nah. I wasn't there to watch it. I'm glad they decided to surrender. No fun for me, no fun for them.
Plus 1 BU. I like how one person from the RIP people was like, how'd you like the merger fail? I was like, actually, I love it a lot. The moment I kicked all you fuckers out, I made 1 bill in my first war without you guys. You guys were just holding us back as fucking baggage. And the RIP people just like went quiet after that.
Ouch.
Like, I don't need you guys. We make more money without you guys.
Rip them.
Exactly. They deserve to be smacked upside the head. What kind of guild is so scummy enough that when it's time to do a merger, basically you just refuse to interact with the guild you're merging into?
A dead
Like
one.
if you're... Yeah, no, they're not dead. They're like hiding in their own Discord in a separate chat or something. One of them, as much as basically admitted it, he's like, yeah, I made a separate chat and we're all just hanging out over there. And I was like, yep. I already figured that was the case.
I think people are clearing out the spiders. I've been channel hopping for a little while, but I'm not seeing anything.
We are up big! First win already. We take that. This guild is heavy caster.
Which
I'm looking
guild?
at our alliance comp right now. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's heavy caster for engages.
Hmm.
The engages from this guild might actually just blow up people. Because it has so much AoE damage.
So, not a good thing that they're so lopsided.
They also have good amount of tanky players in that main offense too. This guild is really fast at engaging based on the team or the classes played.
Huh.
This is a really high aggro type of playstyle. At least this is what it looks like for me, right? Because I'm kind of just looking at it. Like the comp and everything. I'm like, team looks like it's high aggro. High aggro team.
So you're taking a look at your next opponents.
Nah, I'm looking at my alliance right now because I don't even know what the alliance is
Oh,
composed
your
of.
alliance.
Yeah, I don't even know what the alliance was composed of till just now. When I don't even know what's going on, that's how you know. Right? That's how you know it's what happened here. Yeah, this
What's
comp
inside?
is really fast engage. It's actually not squishy either, it has a lot of regeneration. So if it survives the initial engage, it can full heal back up and attack again.
Another thing to keep in mind.
I want to say the only weakness of this guild is that it doesn't have much range damage.
So caster,
Yeah, it's like AoE casters at point blank range. It's not much range. Has a lot of support players though.
what kinds?
Shies and some Valkyries mixed out with witches and wizards, but there's a lot of Shies.
Solid find then.
It being based off of a lot of Shies isn't bad either. That's actually good. At least for me. Shi buffs mean we get speed buffs. Speed buffs equal even faster engages.
Yeah.
I do like even faster engages on the enemy.
Speed is
If-
important.
Yeah, this guild is all about speed engaging then. So any guild that gets engaged on by this guild is essentially dead. Because that's a lot of AoE damage. Even Cho would die to that.
Nice. That's what you want to hear.
We have a good front line that's really fast at engaging. We got a really good back line that's also really fast at engaging. We have no stationary type classes, so if you're not moving, you're gonna get caught out and get killed.
I better register.
The strength of this guild comes from its mobility. There is a couple of classes that are slower, and they wouldn't be able to keep up as much. But there's still enough of them to form like a basically a back line to kind of fall back behind. They move slower, so they'll naturally be behind the main group, but they're more tanky players too, so they can act as a shield line whenever the group needs to regroup somewhere. That's not bad. We could probably lead them to guard people, like guard important sections in a war, and they'll be good as guards.
How well does the Mystic work on that front?
Mystic would not be in this main offense whatsoever. The only classes where Mystic shines is what is it? She shines best in her cannon, anti-cannon stuff. She does not do anything outside of that.
Gotcha.
Trying to take her outside of that is basically asking her to be killed. Sounds harsh, but that's what would happen to a Mystic if you take them out of that fight.
Gotcha.
I heard you said you want a PvP on Awakened Mystic. I was like,
Yeah.
that's their grind spec. You're gonna have a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
The issue with Awakened Mystic is the lack of damage. It doesn't do any damage. It's like a wet noodle. There's a lot of Awakened Mystic enjoyers though.
I can
For
imagine.
for whatever reason, that's a really popular spec for PvP in 1v1s. But just because it doesn't do enough damage, it's just not threatening. There was an Awakened Mystic I played with, and she would PvP against me. She is not a bad player either. She has really good KDAs on a different class. Like, she was top fragging for one of the other guilds on a different class. So she obviously knows what she's doing and everything. When she PvP'd my Wusa, which is my little caster, on her Mystic, yeah, she did so little damage, I just ignored her and I just kept hitting her till she fell over dead. And she's like, what the fuck, why are you so tanky? I thought you were glass cannon. I was like, yeah, your damage is that low as a Mystic, so
Yeah,
I don't care.
I'm actually not expecting to be doing that much damage as a Mystic. I'm more so curious about the utility that I can bring out with the Mystic. More so on the defensive side. And then if I learn the basic Mystic enough, then I might possibly switch over to Succession. But yeah, definitely more so for the utility.
If you're after utility, you would rather play Valkyrie
Oh no.
or
Heck no, I'm not going to spend that kind of time on that.
Witch Wizards. Suck Mystic is also a lot easier than Awakened Mystic too. If you're wanting to look at time spent. More effective and it's easier. Because Awakened Mystic, yeah, you got a bigger toolkit, so you gotta learn how all the skills work. But due to the lack of damage, there's no real pressure. So you're basically making sure your allies have to do all the pressure. And on this case, sometimes your allies can't support you or can't help you because they're already dead. Or you're caught up by yourself. Because you can get the best CC, but if there's no allies near you to capitalize on it,
Yep.
nothing happens. Whereas Suck Mystic, if you get a good CC, you can capitalize on yourself and kill them. Is what it is. I play a Wusa, I just fly in, I swing my fan once, and 10 people falls over dead. And then they realize I'm there, they attack me, and then I use my damage reflect, and another 10 people die. And then I fly out disengaging, completely untouched from death. And then they wonder why I play this class. I'm over here like, why would I not play this class? I engage, I kill, I AoE CC if I don't, and then enemies be corpses afterwards. So. Do be like that. Ah, our victory gave me 1 billion silver. I told you, I get money just for existing. At least it's not as bad as when I was in Cho. When I was in Cho, it was a lot worse.
How so?
3 billion silver for existing and not doing anything.
Oh, that's what you mean by worse.
Yeah. Personally, the longer you stay in Cho, the worse your PvP abilities get. Because you get so spoiled at being in Cho. Because you have competent allies that can cover you from all angles. You never have to think about other positions or how out of position you are or anything like that. Because your allies will cover for you. You have the gear advantage. So even if you're not in the best of positions with your guild, due to the gear diff, you'll most likely survive and still kill off the enemy. So you can play a bit more sloppy and greedy. Joe does have some strong players too, but I have recognized that after a certain point in that guild, you start slacking. Because it's just too easy. You also start to get a skewed perspective on things.
I can imagine.
For example, KO kept saying, he's also in Cho, he's still currently in Cho, that the meta is not a one-shot meta, it is a tanky meta. And then I literally have many clips of almost hard cap players literally dying in under a second engaging in main offense. And I tell him, not a one-shot meta though, huh?
That sounds more like a specialist team.
And then when he fought me to damage test, I literally two-shotted him. I was like, yeah, it's not a one-shot meta, but you still died in a time frame where you can't react, so it doesn't matter. It's essentially a one-shot still. Just died too fast to react to it.
What's inside?
Touch of death.
I mean, it's not a one-shot meta, but does it matter if you die so fast you can't even react? It might as well be a one-shot meta.
Still a touch of death.
Yup. It's like I die in 1 skill or I die in 2 skill, whatever. The point here is I still die in under 1 second. And if you're dead in under 1 second, I don't think it makes much of a difference. You're kind of dead already. He was not happy when I deleted him, by the way. He was like, why would you run those gear? They're worth like nothing, and you don't get that much silver value out of them. I'm like, oh, I get plenty of value out of them. You died to it. That's the value right there. The fact I can kill your geared ass self without having to actually need that much gear myself. Because they're so much cheaper, right? So it's more accessible and easy to get. And if that cheaper and easy accessible gear is able to counter your expensive ass gear, I say that's a good trade.
What was your build?
Pure accuracy glass cannon.
Aha, glass cannon.
So it doesn't matter what he was running, he literally dies right there. To make matters worse, because it's glass cannon, it synergizes even better with my build, or my character.
Ah, yes.
Damage reflect.
Here. I can see
So-
that now.
So it's like he attacked into me and I one-shot him with the damage reflect. And it's not just because of the damage reflect, it's because it's such a glass cannon build, the damage itself was enough to kill him. And then he got really upset about it.
Hold on to this damage for you, would ya?
Yeah. His build's like a hybrid evasion. Standard Musa build almost.
Hmm.
And then he's like, yeah, this is the best build for Musa because it's literally the one ran by all the members in Cho. I'm like, you should use your brain. If the enemy's glass cannon, there's no point in running a hybrid evasion. It'll kill you either way. At that point, you switch different sets of gears on to try and counter their build. He's like, but this is literally the best gear set in Cho. And I'm like, yeah. And Cho's also on their fucking 13th or 14th loss streak. So,
Say that you did go into damage reduction instead. How much do you think he would survive?
if I go into my tanky set, we'll duke it out for a bit. The issue with that is he'll have the advantage in the fight.
No, him. If he went off of just hybrid evasion and went for more tanky, him, not you.
For Musa's tankiness is hybrid evasion.
Oh, that is his tanky build. Never mind that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, there's no point in him staying tanky build, because he's dying in 2 hits regardless. He's better off running higher damage build so he can kill me faster. There's 2 ways you should look at it. If you can't kill somebody because they're tanky, then then you basically just have to stack more damage, right? And if you stack so much damage that their tankiness no longer matters, they now have two options, which is they get more tankies to try and counteract the amount of damage you get, which is expensive. Or the other method, which is they push really, really hard on damage themselves and turn it into a race to see who dies first. Because if you're gonna die in one hit, and they're gonna die in one hit, you push more damage so you can forcefully chunk them through their shields or force them through their super armors to kill them even faster. At that point, it becomes a hit trade fight, and who dies first in that hit trade. The issue with that is, if he was to do that, he would lose. Wusa's a very good class for hit trading.
Because of the damage reflect.
Because of the damage reflect, and also because a lot of her damage skills are forward guards. So his skill will break my guard and drop me to 10% life. My skill will hit him directly in the face and kill him. Because he doesn't have forward guard damage skills. I think he has one, Crust Crusher, but aside from that one, he doesn't really have any. So at that
Really?
point, I just
Musa
break...
doesn't have that many?
Nope, they just have Crust Crusher and Foul Play. That's their two.
And then it's just all super armor.
Yep, so they eat the damage to the face.
Ouch. Sucks to be that.
That's why most of them run hybrid evasion so they can survive their hit trades. But hybrid evasion doesn't work on me because I run hyper damage accuracy. Cross cannon build. It's like the worst matchup for him. I have forward guards to punish his super armor. I have accuracy to punish his evasion. The only thing he has going for him is that he has better mobility than me. He can run away from me.
Yeah, I was
can't
curious
really
about
chase
the
him.
mobility part. Whether or
Yeah, I
not you
can't
could give
chase.
chase.
But his ego won't let him run from me. Show players, man. They always have the biggest of egos.
Hmm.
Isn't that just the best way to kill them?
I was thinking about you when you said that.
Oh, I'm not afraid to run away to fight. Just a heads up.
I guess that's why you're not a Cho player anymore.
If anything, I like to run away in a fight because it forces the enemy to chase me, and it burns up a lot of their stamina and cooldowns chasing me.
And hopefully it causes them to lose their cool.
Why should I chase them when they are free kills after they chase me for a bit? That's like my way of looking at it. It's like, why should I care about chasing you when you are gonna have to come for me anyway? I had a Musa player that literally ran from me every time, then he's like, you're boring. I was like, why would I chase you? You're the one that's running, you stupid little coward. I own this land. You're the coward running. You already admit defeat. Yeah, you already admit defeat.
Yeah. If you're playing a melee character, then that's kind of a different story. Yeah. If you're playing the ranged character, yeah, that's what it's all at.
They were so upset. What else did that man did? He brought like a bunch of people in to fight me. Cause he's like, you're a bad Sork, you don't know what you're doing on Sork. I have better Sorks, watch them school you. I was like, okay, bring them over, and then I killed off all the Sorks he brought in. I was like, they're schooling me, huh? I feel like I should be schooling them. They kinda wet behind the ears still. I don't know what they're even doing. And then he's like, wait, how come all of you guys are dying? And then they were like, he's a really fucking hard Sork to catch. And I was like, yeah, because I played Sork before you guys even existed on this game. And it's not even my main character anymore. You guys just suck that much. They don't understand the essence of Sork is to be as passive as possible. Essence of Wusa could also be as passive as possible, but I like to throw damage, throw damage, throw damage, and just bury you in the damage. Hey, if the enemy's buried and damaged, we win, right? Because it dies?
A good defense is a living hell for your opponents, but the best defense is a good offense.
I almost felt bad for them because I threw so much damage at them, they essentially went splat. I think if you look at the damage difference, you'll understand. Here, I'll show you. Take a look, Ara. Take a look. That was recent.
Let me see.
That was 6 days ago. That was the last time I was doing matches.
Let's see, damage dealt. Jeez. More than double.
Yeah. Look at how much damage I throw out. Look at how much CCs and kills I get too.
I see that you're a Volt main even over NVidia.
Yes. The true answer is outdamaged enemies so much they can't do anything.
Budget, glass cannon, huh?
Yep. Dell is not a bad player. And you can see even with Dell playing one of the OP classes, the Drac. Look at the absurd difference in damage right there.
So Drac is considered one of the stronger ones.
Yep, Drac and Hash are both strong classes. And then Busa is considered not so good, and then you look at that damage I pull out. That damage is so high, it's almost double the damage of my entire team put together.
It is about double, yes.
Yep. 191,000. All the kills too, 0 deaths. Did you notice? 0 deaths, 7 kills.
I was a little bit too
191,000.
preoccupied with the damage I've done.
Yeah, but there's 0 deaths to occupy it too. Imagine being on the enemy side, fighting this thing that doesn't die, and it still one combos you.
It doesn't die, and it kills you when you try to attack it.
Yep. And it CCs you if you try to ignore it.
Oh, and that too, huh?
That's how I play. Obviously, I play very dirty.
That's how you should be playing in a war.
Even for these 3v3s, I play very dirty. We killed off Cho and Digi in the 3v3s.
Nice.
Dell, Sprouts, and I, we were on our 3. And we bumped into 3 Chos, and we killed off all 3 Chos. And then we bumped into the 3 Chomis, and then we killed off all the 3 Chomis too. I hit them with the... Yeah, I hit them with the... Why'd you guys die so fast? You guys got some subhuman allies? Oh wait, you're on the same guild. No. Always BM the enemy.
Jerk. Those are your friends.
Not my guild. That ain't my guild. Am I wrong? That's not my guild.
That's harsh.
I am indeed loyal to my guild. That don't look like my guild though. Absolutely brutal for them. Not even funny how brutal it was.
Sure sounds funny to me.
They definitely did not have a good time trying to fight me. Because I know all the Cho tactics. I'm like, Bulldozer, he's gonna regroup over here. There he is, and kill. I played with Cho for what, 2 years? Before Cho, I was against Cho in an enemy guild, so I studied them non-stop.
We're a constant thorn on their side, no less.
And before that, I was actually in a guild that they helped taught.
Oopsie.
Yeah. And then before, no, I was in a guild that was allied with Cho, so we know how Cho operated. And then before that, I was in a guild that was taught by Cho. I was in a guild that was taught by Cho. I was in a guild that operated with Cho as an ally. I was in a guild that hunted Cho. And then I was in Cho myself. It's like, you know, this guild, Nothing surprises me from this guild anymore. Not when you've been a part of that guild's community for that long.
Too long if you ask me.
You know, most of them are still terrified of fighting me in a 1v1. I will say the flex leader wasn't scared, but he made a horrible bet and then he lost.
What was the bet?
The loser has to make a VTuber. Or has to become a VTuber for a bit.
Ah. Ouch.
He didn't think he was gonna lose. There's a common misconception in show that I don't really speak because I don't have a mic. Because unless you're in the canon anti-canon group, I don't speak to you because I don't care for you. So they always assume, you know, I don't have a mic because of it, because I usually just type instead of talk to them. So they wanted me to be a VTuber just to like hear stuff. I think that was the main reason. And I was like, "You sure?" They're like, "Yup." I was like, "Okay."
It's your funeral.
10 rounds later, he lost 7 out of the 10. He got me 3 times.
Okay.
He never fought me directly. He just knows I'm a pain in the ass to fight, so, but he never actually like fought me. And his only memories of me was like back when I was like in the guild as like a baby player learning from Cho. So he was basically using that to guide his fight, and then he got slaughtered for it. For one, I don't even play the same class anymore.
Which class was he expecting you to play?
Witch.
Ah.
And even back when I was a witch, I killed him. It's a very unfavorable matchup, a witch versus a warrior, because a witch can't really break a warrior's block. The warrior always has a free engage, essentially. And all the warrior has to do is land one grab and the witch is dead. And the witch can't really pressure the warrior whatsoever. So,
Yeah, I can imagine them having to go past it.
back then, I killed his warrior on my witch. Because he basically said, I know this is a hard matchup and you'll have a rough time fighting this, but do your best. And then the moment he said, ready, go, I cast a spell that made all my cast time 0. I teleported in, dropped a meteor, dropped a blizzard, dropped an earthquake, and shattered his block, and then blasted him right there and killed him.
Went with the burst damage, huh?
Yep. Those were all big cooldowns I popped too. There was speed spell, mana shield. What else was a big cooldown pop there? The big boy buff that has a 3-minute cooldown. PA, which is a 3.5-minute cooldown. Speed spell's a minute cooldown. Mana shield's a minute cooldown. I popped big cooldowns and just deleted them right there. Meteor is 30 seconds. Blizzard is 1 minute. Earthquake is 30 seconds. Magnus Earthquake is another 30 seconds. Those were really long cooldown skills.
I don't think I have any cooldowns skills that have that kind of cooldown on my one.
You have your E-buff and Tiger Blade. Those are your 2 longest cooldowns.
I mean, yeah, those buffs for sure, but definitely not as far as skills go.
Yeah. Some classes have really long cooldowns because those skills are considered tide turners. Witch wizards also have a skill that has like a 30-minute cooldown. Meteor's Shower.
Yes.
And then they also have Mass Teleport, which is a 5-minute cooldown. They also have Resurrection, which is a 10-minute cooldown.
Wait, they have a resurrection skill?
Yeah, 10-minute cooldown. Really hard to use though. You have to do something really specific to even make it work. Most people don't, and then they believe that skill's bugged.
Is that for their teammates?
Yep.
Yeah, I figured.
It's really hard to pull off a good Resurrection.
Is it multi-people?
Only one.
Just one.
You gotta be right on top of them with your mouse, pointing your cursor at them while having your inventory open, pressing the skill, and then watching the skill animation completely go through, you cannot be hit or CC'd or anything during that time.
Why does the inventory have to be open?
Because it helps select the player on the ground. You also have to have allies' names reviewed so you can actually see who you're rezzing or attempting to res. And then if there's any slight differences in elevation or anything, the skill can fail. And if you move before they accept the resurrection, the skill can also fail.
Ouch.
Very hard skill.
I can imagine.
I think in one war I resurrected 60-something players.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How long will you guys play?
Too long.
Apparently.
We won.
Not worth the time for me.
That was a hard fight though. I will say that. That was a fight that was so long and hard. It started the whole meme of hold out till dawn. Sieges start midday, and if a siege drags out long enough in the game, you'll see the day in the game slowly darken to night, and then it'll slowly rise back up at dawn.
I believe that's a 4-hour cycle.
Mm-hmm. That is indeed how long a siege takes. 4-hour cycle. The siege ends right when the sun finishes rising.
Yeesh. That's a pain.
Yup. The siege ends right when the sun's rising, but siege starts like around noon.
Okie dokie. I don't know about you, but I think I gotta go get some dinner in a few minutes.
Time to get food.
Yes.
I am eating right now.
I should probably get food as well.
I was
Yeah,
just squishing spiders and actually doing a little bit of exploration of Aquaville.
I finished a lot of the exploration. I do need to get a couple side quests done though.
I've only unlocked like about 80% of all the astral monuments. That's it.
Yeah, I got all those, so I'm good there.
I am still way behind on my Aquaville exploration. I have not collected any of the energy sets whatsoever.
I need to hunt the mini bosses and the world bosses. I only killed one of the 2 world bosses.
Nothing. And I've only just
Then-
now unlocked Orwolf.
Oh yeah, that I unlocked. I need to find more fucking chests in that goddamn place. There's not that many chests compared to the other areas. I'm guessing most people are opening their keys there right now to get the for the statues.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I've been saving my keys for that place.
Okie dokie. I think I'm gonna call it quits.
Laters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do
I'll see ya.
TOF Thursday?
Thursday now,
Upcoming.
huh?
I
Yeah,
don't know if I'll
because
be
Friday conflicts with Feather, and then Saturday conflicts with Siege.
And what's up, Mel?
on. I don't know if I'll be on or not.
Hmm.
Depends on how tired I am.
I guess that's true. We can play it by ear, because for most of the content's pretty easy. Unless we want to like group up after Siege shit. Cause but then there's like no idea how long Siege can go. So that just depends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna grab some food. See ya.
Yep.
Later.
Catch you guys later.
Laters, I'll move up.
Alright, see ya.